Today is a special day. I'm Patrick, and I'm here with Patrick Evans-Hylton.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome back.
Yes.
I hear you are the area's favorite foodie.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you.
I see you have a setup. You got a spread here for us today.
That's the way I roll.
All right. So what are I see some chips going on here. Can you tell me?
Absolutely. So we're kind of talking about wine season now. So the wine festivals are coming in. The like the Town Point, Virginia Wine Festival. A lot of grapes are coming in. A lot of new vintages. You can tour. And so I thought, let's start, instead of a cheese plate or a cheese tray, let's do something with cheese you don't have to cut. And so I've got some pimento cheese here. This is from my book, Dishing Up Virginia. It's rich, it's savory, it's creamy. And then I made these bagel chips. Folks can email me. They'll be on the blog information, how to email for this. But the blog will have the pimento cheese. And then I just like to serve them with something nice and contrasting, that's sharp and a little bit of piquant to it. And that's the pickles.
Okay. All right.
You've never had pimento cheese, is that
I've
right?
never had pimento cheese.
Oh, be still my heart. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we are going to fix that, Mr. Patrick. There we go.
Okay. All right. So these are bagel chips and pimento cheese. I heard you have a special name for this cheese.
It's Sassy pimento cheese because I'm sassy. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
What's there not to love? It's cheese.
That is really good.
Thank you. Thank you. But you know what goes so great with the cheese? The wine.
The wine. Okay. So tell me, can you give us some nuances about wine, or just give us some tips on wine tasting?
Absolutely. You know, I like to have my wine like I like to have my friends, and that's locked in the cellar, but that's another point. So here I've poured some wonderful Williamsburg winery, Petit Verdot. Our friends at Williamsburg Winery, who I absolutely adore, they provided these wines, and they're going to be at the Town Point Wine Festival, which is awesome. You got to sign up for that, October 21st and 23rd. Okay. And it's at Town Point, Virginia, the park in downtown Norfolk. But one of the things that really helps to know is how to really taste wine. Okay. So why don't you take that?
Now, I just have to say, I don't drink. But I know it's something that I need to know. Well, or if not me, the viewers
don't drink.
Okay.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Well, so what we're going to do first, there's a few ways to know that you need to taste wine, and one is to look at the color. Okay. And so I see here like a really nice dark garnet. Nice. I would take some of those notes so that I can reference that later. Okay. You can also hold it up against a white light. You get a little bit better clarity. Okay. And then there is a reason that you swirl the wine, and it's not because you want to look pretentious or anything, but it's so that the wine is a living thing, so you can aerate it. So I'm going to set it down. Okay. Swirl it a little bit.
So you have to sit it down to swirl it.
Yes. Well, otherwise it may everywhere, and that's alcohol abuse. All right. So we're going to stick our schnoz down in there. Okay. And just get a good...
Just right on the rim of the glass, huh? Where you got to put your mouth.
You're among friends. Oh, yeah. Ooh. You know what you call a horse that likes wine?
What do you call it?
Chardonnay. I got a million of them. Tip the server. And so there it really opens the wine up. You get
it opens my nose, too.
I know. Thank you. Dr. Patrick here. And so now we're going to swirl it. And if we were going to taste it on air, we would take a little sip in our mouth, and we would breathe in like that and let it go across our palate. Okay. And then we would take note of what the wonderful flavors are that we have. It's so important to take notes for your wine tasting, again, and in the language that you know. If it tastes like raspberries, say raspberries. You don't have to say, oh, it tastes like it has a scoop shot of tarragon. I mean, please. We all know those people. We all know those people. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's really simple, and it's nothing really fancy to it. It just helps you enjoy that wine even more. So some of these tips are going to be on the blog. You can also email me. My email address will be on the blog, so you can get more information too, just to make the most, especially if you go to that beautiful Town Point, Virginia Wine Festival that our friends at Festivants puts on. Festivants.org you can find out more there. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Now that I'm so knowledgeable of wine now, and I don't know when I would use it, but I'm sure all our viewers out there would love the tips that you just put out. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the events coming up?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's always something going going on, you know, this time of year. You can go up to many of the wineries. You know, Barbersville is up in Charlottesville. That's wonderful. A little bit closer to home is our friends at Williamsburg Winery. On the Eastern Shore is Chatham. We love Mermaid Winery here, and they just opened a new tasting room in downtown Norfolk. But then all the festivals like this, there's something literally every weekend. If you get on virginiawine.org, that's the state's website, they will tell you, I mean, there's literally hundreds of things. So, you know, pace your liver. That's all I got to say. Get a designated driver. And then enjoy. Because the thing about wine is just like with food, the only way to really know more is to eat and drink more.
Okay.
In moderation.
All right.
But even moderation in moderation.
Well, thank you so much for Patrick
It's
for coming
my
in today.
pleasure.
I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, guys, you want to make sure you stay tuned because right after the break, things may be getting a little dirty.